Hi, I'm Susie Ma, founder and CEO of Tropic. Thank you for joining me. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you everything you need to know about us, from our gorgeous products to our infinite purpose to our humble beginnings. And of course, I'll be sharing with you the most important part of our story, our incredible ambassador family. I'll be walking you through what they do, who they are, and what to expect if you choose to join as an ambassador. So let's start with who we are. We are a British-made beauty brand with Aussie roots, and we make the most incredible products. We freshly make our natural and organic skincare range. We have our body care range, our sun care, our tanning, our baby care, our hair care, our makeup, our men's care. Everything is made under one roof. And truly, our formulations, our products are incredible. And that's because we formulate everything in-house. We have an incredible team of chemists and biochemists who between them have over 100 years of experience to formulate and create these incredible formulations that not only are natural, vegan, cruelty-free, but also really deliver on results. We have our skincare formulations externally clinically tested to produce the most incredible data to show that natural products can also be incredibly efficacious on your skin. And we have tons of accolades to back up our incredible products. We've won over 250 awards for our products over the last few years, and we have tens of thousands of rave reviews online of customers who just simply love our products and what we do. But of course, our products are only a small part of who we are as a brand. We do so much more. Our brand is driven by our infinite purpose, which is the reason why we exist. And our infinite purpose is to help create a healthier, greener, and more empowered world. Healthier in the sense of all of our formulations, our vegan and natural ingredients that goes into every single one of our products that not only is more beneficial for your skin and for your body, but is also much more sustainable and healthy for our planet. Our greener pillar is all about the way that we do business. Our factory where we make all of our products is run on completely renewable energy, and it sends zero waste to landfill. And finally, our core pillar, to help create that more empowered world. We do it globally. For a start, we support education for underprivileged children across the world living in Cambodia, Nepal, and Myanmar. We currently support the education of just over 10,000 children. We've also built a couple of schools, one in Cambodia and one in Nepal, and we're soon to build a third school in Madagascar. And right here in the UK, when it comes to empowerment, it's all about the way that we sell. And rather than selling our products through third-party retailers whom we'll have to pay a big commission to, we sell our products through our gorgeous family of ambassadors and pay them the commission instead. Our ambassadors run their own beauty business using our products as a platform to create their own flexible earning opportunity. Today, we celebrate an incredible family of over 20,000 empowered ambassadors who are supported by our 400-strong team back at HQ, who do everything behind the scenes, from the formulation of the products, to the manufacturing of the products, to the pick, pack, and dispatch for our ambassadors, all the way through to the marketing, the customer service, the finance, you name it, we do everything under one roof. And we've been so lucky to have so much success over the last few years. We've been listed in the Sunday Times as the top 100 fastest growing private companies in the UK for the last 6 years in a row. And we're so proud to have achieved so much over the last 18 years, striving towards our infinite purpose, doing everything from planting forests to building schools, supported by our incredible community of ambassadors, our customers, and our HQ team to help be that force for good beyond beauty. But you know, all of our success and everything that we have achieved so far had to start from somewhere. And we have really humble beginnings and a different beginning to most other brands. So I was brought up in tropical North Queensland in Australia by a very special lady, my grandma. She is an extraordinary woman. She was a toxicologist in her youth, a surgeon, a doctor, and a medicinal chemist. And she taught me from a really early age the importance of looking after my body from the inside out and from the outside in. And my grandma is the reason why I love skincare and why I'm so obsessive over it, because she was the one that taught me how to make my own skincare products from a really early age. Then when I was 13, I moved halfway across the world from Cairns, Australia to London with just my mum. It was her and I against the world. But very quickly, we found ourselves struggling to make ends meet, and I needed to help her make some money and pay those bills. And so I decided to start a business selling the only product that I knew how to make well, and that was my grandma's body scrub recipe. I borrowed about £200, some of the last money that my mum had, to start my little business. And with that money, I bought the cheapest packaging that I could find, which were jam jars, and I filled it with my grandma's recipe of the sea salts, of the macadamia and jojoba oils, of the lemon myrtle and bergamot and eucalyptus essential oils. And then I designed my logo. I called the product Tropic simply because of the tropical origin of the ingredients. And I designed my logo in Microsoft Paint at school, and then printed them out onto pieces of A4 paper, cut it out, and then stuck my labels onto my jam jars with Pritt Stick. And then over one summer school holiday when I was 15 years old, I took 50 jam jars to Greenwich Market, where my mum was also working, to start selling my body scrubs. I would invite people in to try my body scrub on their hands, to feel how incredibly soft their hands feel after I rinse off the sea salts for them and then dried their hands. And, I set out that first day hoping to sell about £80 worth of body scrubs to help my mum pay off the water bill. But at the end of that very first day, I made £980 in cash, completely selling out of our body scrubs. That was enough to pay an entire month's worth of rent. And that's when Tropic first started. I really believe in the power of manifestation now, and I think back then I did too, because I drew a picture of this house that I wanted to buy for my mum. This beautiful house with a chimney and a front garden, and I stuck this picture of this house to the back of our front door so that every single day when I left for school or when I left for work, I'd be reminded as to why I was working so hard. And it was also sticking that picture of the house in the back of my mum's front door that made me realize that I needed to do more than just me selling at Greenwich Market. And so I started to get all of my friends involved. My friends were looking for part-time jobs anyway, and I asked them if they wanted to sell Tropic products on commission. They pretty much all said yes. So I had my friends selling Tropic products on commission, on 20% commission, across various other markets in London, from Portobello to Spitalfields, to Camden Market. We also did loads of events and shows across London. We did the Vitality Show, the Thames Festival, the Ideal Home Show, you name it. If I could get in there, I would be doing this show. And actually, after a few years, just before I went to university, I was finally able to afford to put a deposit down on a house for my mum and I to move into. Now, getting the keys to that house is still to this day the best moment of my life. And it showed me that with a lot of passion and determination, hard work and grit, and a bit of luck, that actually anything can happen. Anything can be achieved. And I was so happy that I actually stopped Tropic, stopped my business altogether to focus on finishing my degree, and ended up getting a job in banking and finance. But very quickly I realized that what I ultimately wanted to do was to be my own boss, to restart my business and to focus on what I was truly passionate about. And that's selling skincare products and making people's skin feel soft. And so that's when I started to seek for investment. And I applied for lots of different opportunities. And one of the opportunities that I applied for was The Apprentice. I was 21 at the time, and I was very lucky to get onto the show, but I was fired in the final, which didn't end up mattering because Lord Sugar ended up investing into a 50% partnership with me anyway, after his wife loved and tried the products. So Lord Sugar became an investor back in 2011. And when he first invested, we looked at all the different avenues to market that we could go into. And we decided that we wanted to run this business in the most empowering way, to inspire entrepreneurs. And we did that on May the 4th, 2013, and we launched our opportunity to 400 customers who became our founding ambassadors. And it's just been a whirlwind of a journey since then. Because today, like I said, we celebrate 20,000 ambassadors in our incredible family. And I couldn't be more proud of what they have achieved and what we have achieved together. Our ambassadors are our sole focus in the UK. 65% of all of our sales goes towards our ambassadors' commission and entertaining them, doing events for them and incentivizing them, taking them away on trips and giving them the most amount of appreciation and recognition and love that they truly deserve to create this beautiful business. And so if you're watching this, you are probably here because you want to know more about Tropic and who our ambassadors are, what they do, to see if this opportunity might be right for you. Now, you probably have thought about starting up your own business, but haven't because of the high risk and the high cost. In fact, most businesses don't make a profit in the first 2 to 3 years in the UK when they first start. And 50% of businesses actually fail within the first year, with 90% of businesses in the UK failing within their first 5 years. And that's because you have so many different hats to wear and so many different areas that you have to manage. And that long term of having no profit, that those 2 to 3 years on average, is too much for most people to bear. And that's why for people who desire that entrepreneurial journey and have that entrepreneurial flair, really love the idea of becoming a Tropic Ambassador, because with us, there is a relatively low startup cost and a relatively low risk. So if you choose to join as a Tropic Ambassador, it's £198 as your initial investment. It's around the same as a £200 investment that I first put into starting Tropic. And because that's the only investment that you make, you turn a profit very, very quickly. So with the £198 starter kit that you first get, you get over £500 worth of Tropic products, our best selling products, to give you the best chances of success in selling those products to your customers. With that, you also get a load of business tools. You get your own personalized website that customers can shop from, of which you get the commission. You have your own customer management app where you can keep in contact with your customers and make sure that they are topped up on their favorites. You also have a social media planner where we give you all the assets that you can then schedule and post across your various social media platforms. And of course, you have free training and support on our Tropic Lounge that gives you all the information that you need to sell the products with conviction. And not to mention your own leadership team who will provide you with real physical training to get you off to the best start. And so we do everything for you. Behind the scenes, we do your marketing, your product creation, your manufacturing, your pick, pack, and dispatch directly to your customers. And your role is simply to sell the products that you're passionate about within your own flexible time frame, working whenever you want to, however you want to, and you'll be able to get out of the business as much as you put in while being surrounded by this incredible community of empowered women. So let's talk about who our ambassadors are. And you may have guessed it, because 99.9% of our ambassadors are women, and they vary across all age ranges from 18 to mid-80s, so it's a massive range. And in accordance to a survey, we found out that the vast majority of our ambassadors have children, with half of them with small children, which means that flexibility in their earnings is really, really important to them, so that they can work when they want, how they want, and where they want. We also found out in our survey that most of our ambassadors joined because they were customers first and that they absolutely loved our products and wanted to get a discount anyway and thought, why not do that and earn the commission off of the products that they were recommending to their friends and family at the same time, which just made perfect sense to them. Now, we also base our success with our ambassadors on our happiness survey. And in the last survey, we found out that 95% of our ambassadors were happy or extremely happy, with 97% of them saying that they would recommend the ambassador opportunity to a friend or family member or colleague, which we were really, really happy about. I find that the best way to sell the products is to get the products onto people's skin, because we really have the most phenomenal products. The moment you can get our products into people's skin and people feel how incredible they are, how beautiful they smell, and how well they work, they pretty much sell themselves. So although you can do virtual pampers or physical pampers, I do find that the best ways to earn is to do physical pampers. And you can do it through hostesses, where you can essentially get a friend who will host a pamper for you at her house, and then she'll get 15% of the overall sales value of the evening in terms of free Tropic products as her incentive to host a pamper for you. And that's your way of meeting new customers and new hostesses potentially. Once you've made those connections with your customers, it's simply a case of keeping that relationship going and offering world-class customer service through our apps, where you can keep in contact with your customers, check in on them to make sure that they're happy with the product and to see if there's anything else that they might need, giving them a skincare consultation, helping them with their Christmas shopping, shopping for their loved ones' birthdays, you name it, our ambassadors offer the very best service. That's why we find that customers who shop through an ambassador rather than through directly on our website often tend to have a much higher purchase order as well as a much higher retention rate. Because that's what being an ambassador is all about, sharing passion and knowledge for our gorgeous range of beauty products, and then offering that incredible customer service that makes your customers want to come back to you time and time again. So let's talk about what you can expect as an ambassador. Well, back in the day, my friends got 20% commission on everything they sold. Our ambassadors now get between 25 to 39% commission on all the products that they sell. And that figure goes up depending on your monthly sales. So the more sales you do, the higher commission you earn on that whole amount. In terms of time that it takes, we did a survey where we found that over 70% of our ambassadors spend less than 10 hours a week on their Tropic business. In fact, the majority of ambassadors, more than half of our ambassadors, spend less than 5 hours a week on their Tropic business. So it's really flexible around you. It's really determined on just what you want to put into the business, which is what you'll get out of it. In terms of actual earnings, it could be an extra £100 a month or up to £1 million a year. That's the maximum that you can earn as an ambassador with us. And so it's really up to you. It is completely dependent on your skill, your experience, and how much time and effort you put into your business. Now, we want to make sure that our ambassadors run the most sustainable business, which means no stock holding. Our ambassadors are not allowed to hold inventory to maintain their profitability, which means that they only place orders for products on our website after they have sold them to their customers, which makes a lot of business sense, right? There are also no hidden costs. So after you join as an ambassador and pay your one-off £198 fee, there is nothing else that you're paying for, which means no monthly costs for the website, for any of the apps or any of the tools that we give you. And the only thing that you need to do to stay on the system as an ambassador is to place one order for a minimum of one product within a 6-month rolling period. So that could literally be buying a lip balm for £4 once in 6 months to stay on the system as an ambassador to continue getting your 25% off straight away. Oh, and by the way, we also deliver directly to your customers so that if your customers place an order on your website, if it's over the value of £40, they will get that order delivered straight to their doorstep, free of charge, no postage cost at all, to try and make your business as easy to run as possible. Other things that you can expect is a whole lot of fun. Now, we don't have sales targets, we just have incentives and loads of events, and they can be incentives of anything from a beautiful bag to a water bottle to a trip across the world where we'll take you to Barbados and Marrakesh and Dubai, South Africa. We've been to so many incredible places with our ambassadors, treating them because of just how well they've performed, and it's our way of showing our love and appreciation for them. And every single year, we have an incredibly fun event where everyone is invited to. It is called our Glambassadors event, where we dress up, we launch new products, we recognize, we celebrate our ambassadors, and we just party the night away and have an amazing time eating delicious food and having yummy drinks. So it's just our way of helping to keep our ambassador community tight and together. And so that's what you can expect in being a part of our ambassador family. Now, our role at HQ is to help you achieve whatever goals that you may have set in being a Tropic ambassador, whether that's to buy a new pair of shoes or to buy a new house. It's completely down to you. And we're just here to provide you with the resources to help you achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And so this is your invitation to be a part of our thriving community of ambassadors. This is your invitation to be a part of our infinite purpose to help create a healthier, greener, and more empowered world. And this is your invitation to launch your very own beauty business with us and create your own flexible earning opportunity. And so, if any of this has resonated with you, please do get in contact with the ambassador who shared this link with you today. And I really hope to see you at one of our future upcoming events.